getting all worked up, and I can actually understand. He's feeling emotional. He just broke up with her a couple of weeks ago. See, he's in a mess, right? And we all get into an emotional mess when you break up. So, the slightest thing can trigger you, and you're not sleeping at night after a couple of weeks, and totally understand. So this guy, he's in that phase right now. So this guy sends me an email. He lives in Dublin City, and he's a big walker. Right now, give me a little bit of rope here on this one, guys, because there's a point in my story about him walking. So he works 5 days a week in Dublin City Centre, and on his lunch break, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, even if it's pissing rain, he'll bring an umbrella. He said even if it's so cold, he'll put on 4 jackets. I know he's exaggerating, but he said he will not, under any circumstance, miss his walk. And he says he's kind of, what did he say? Carved out a kind of a weird but cool route, because it goes through a couple of buildings, or there's scenery, whatever it is. Anyway, but he loves this route. He says it takes him about a half an hour, and he does this every day, 5 days a week. And it gets him, clears his head, it gets him out of the office for that half an hour, and he's energized, back into the office, let's go, hit it hard. So he then says he's been doing this for years. Now, fast forward to a couple of months later, or whenever it was, he meets a girl. He ends up matching with her on Tinder. They go out with each other. They go out with each other for 8 months, and they break up. So he's now single. Now, in the relationship, while they were getting to know each other, he told her about the route that he does every day. And he says, I work here, but I love getting out of the office. And she went, oh my God, no way, do you? And then she was fascinated because her office is on his route. Now, if this guy is telling me the truth, if he is, now we're going to assume he is. He didn't know this girl ever. He didn't know that this girl worked in this office block, okay? He had his route before he even met her. Now, fast forward, they break up. Now what happens? He said, to hell with this, I'm going back to my route. I love my walk. And you know what? To hell with it. I remember, he said, I certainly can't remember ever meeting her. I remember her or she doesn't even look familiar from before he was going out with her. So he said, you know what? There's probably a really good chance I'm not going to bump into her. And he said, to hell with this. I love my route. I love my freedom on my walk. I'm not giving up my route for any girl. Kind of respect it. And he even said, and he goes, you know what, Peter? I said to myself, suck it up. Get on with it. If you bump into her, well, that's your own problem. Bravo, sir. So he hasn't met her on the walk. I think, did he say that? He hasn't met her, or she's seen him on his walk. Now, he meets a guy in a bar, I think, was it a few weeks ago or after they've broken up. This guy knows the ex-girlfriend. The guy says anyway to the ex-boyfriend that he met the ex-girlfriend, and he says that, yeah, listen, dude, she's calling you a bit of a stalker here. And he said, what? And he said, well, why would she think that? He said, yeah, apparently you do this route, you do this walk or something past her office every day. And he said that, oh my God, I cannot fucking believe this is turned around. And I wrote back to him, and I even put up a social media video on this. Excuse me. Like, this girl is trying to rise this guy. Clear as day. She's trying to wind him up, either for 2 reasons. One, he blows a gasket and he makes a fool out of himself in public. Maybe that's the one. Or number 2, she wants him back and she wants him to react, contact him, and then, oh no, I never said that. How could you ever think that? So how are you, by the way? Are you okay? All of a sudden they start chatting, da-da-da, and then they're back with each other before you fucking know it. All right? I can see this bullshit a mile away. So either which one, this is happening. Now, the poor guy is a bit wound up. He's not sure what to fucking believe. Even though, like, you see, this is the problem with sometimes when you break up with somebody, you can be so screwed in your head that he even knows. Jesus. He even consciously knows he doesn't recognize her from his walks before they were ever with each other. He had this walk before he ever met her, but now he's so screwed up in the head that he's thinking, oh my God, am I doing this route because of her?